Drop my head, nothing to say. I wish tomorrow was another day, another simple day. Go to work, sit right down, watch the others scuttle around. Look at my desk and scream out loud. Where's the simple day? Get into my car, find the keys, open the door, hear it squeak. Car finally starts after a few tries. My simple day hasn't gone by. Check my phone, no calls today. Check the email, only spam my way. Even the newspaper is missing the funniest. No laughing for today. Watch the movie, didn't sleep a wink. Listen to the radio, commercials made me think. Toss the pillow and flip the bed. One more minute, this day will be dead. One more minute, this day will be dead. Sun comes up, starts to shine. Smell the coffee, perks the eyes. Start to smile, all I can say is here's my simple day. Here's my simple day. Here's my simple day. It's my simple day.
What's up, my geeks? Hey, everybody. Let's get a couple things finished up here. Hold on a second. All right. I think everything's good. Hey, everybody. All right, here we go. All right. So I think let's just make sure that this works right. When I switch over here, that audio is gone, isn't it? Unless I do that. But when I switch off of it, let's see. That's what I want. Here we go. Now we got me, and we got this. That shouldn't have turned off. Let's see if that works. If I switch over here, there we go. Yep, there we go. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers from Geekazine, the Think Magazine put in a geek, and it might be a little bit loud, so let's just do that. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna record a video about Suno and the new voice option inside of Suno. So I hope you stick around, and of course, talk about in the chat, say hi in the chat, and I will acknowledge it. Of course, if you got any type of tips or anything like that would be appreciated. But today, yeah, we're taking a look at Suno. We're taking a look at the voice record options in Suno, and I forgot a microphone. Dang it. Dang it, Bobby. Do I have anything? Maybe I'll just use the voice options on my page here. Oh, sheesh. Okay. Don't you love it? You plan, and then you forget something, and it kind of takes you out of the moment for a second. And I don't have anything close by. I took that upstairs. Did I take that upstairs? Is it over here? Hold on. I didn't take it upstairs. I'm pretty sure of that. Louis. No, I don't want to mess with it. Probably not a good idea. All right. Hey, everybody. Oh, yeah. Think, and then you end up not doing what you think about. So, All right, let's see. Right one, left one, up one, down one, all around one. I got to use in-ears to hear what's going on here. So, all right, let's go ahead and do this and go from there. How you doing, Jeffrey Powers from Geekazine, Think Magazine, Putting the Geek. And today we're going to take a look at this. This is Suno, and we've talked about Suno in the past many times. But there's a new feature inside of Suno that's really exciting me, and that is the voice option. This allows you to bring in a song, to bring in a voice for that song, and it being your voice, maybe it's somebody else's voice. The bottom line is, this is a voice that you will use to create your songs with. And I'm a musician, and I like to have, going through the songs and hearing some of these renditions has really inspired me to bring my old music back to life and update it for 2026. And now I can also bring my voice into it. So it sounds like it's coming from me. So I could actually record and produce and get everything out there. I, I love Suno. There's a lot that Suno has here, and it gives you a lot of options for AI music. And we've talked about it in the past. I've got a few other videos about that, including the live stream that we did when the songs came into play. So I could actually bring my old songs in and create a new version of the song, which is what I really liked. But now with the voice option, I'll be able to use my voice on here. And that's what I'm doing. And hopefully we've got this all set up to do this. So that's what we're going to do next. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop over here. Here's Suno. Of course, the Suno interface. It's not technically, it's not free. It's not free to use Suno, but you can get into some plans here. And I forgot to put this in here. Let me do this really quick. There we go. So if you want to check out Suno, wasn't supposed to do that, but that's okay. You want to check out Suno, go over to geekazine.com/Suno. That's why it's doing that. All right, let's go back here. Yeah. So where is it? We can close that. Where'd it go? Is it this? No, that's the audio. That is the audio. Where'd it go? It's right there. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, perfect. So now, 11. There we go. There we are. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. So that's where you go. Geekazine.com/Suno, geekazine.com/Suno. That helps me. Of course, this is an affiliate code. So let's talk about that for a second. Although Suno's not sponsoring this video. This is all me. But I do have a set of opinions, reviews, and all that. Geekazine.com/review if you want to check out all my policies and procedures. If you want me to take a look at a program or a device or anything like that will work for you, go to the contact page and we can talk about that. So, but anyway, Suno, I've had Suno for a few years now. It's a great way to create music. I was creating music in other ways, and then I saw Suno, started doing that. Background music is the one thing that I really like about it. Like, for instance, let's say I'm doing this is a basic background type track right here. We'll bring down this volume just a little bit. But the whole idea is that this music is soothing. So if I'm doing a video about something soothing, maybe something that will help relax you, like a muscle relaxer, or, massage type thing or anything like that, then I can have this type of music behind and play that. And maybe I want something a little bit with a beat, a pulse, Then I can flip over to this. This is called Underpass Pulse, which I made for a couple of videos that I was working on, and it allows me to have a nice little vibe in here. I put in my videos, and then I can stretch it out a little bit more. So this can be like background if I'm doing an unboxing or anything like that. This one, I did a video where I took some video at a night market. So I just wanted to have this. This is more of an 80s sound. I really didn't care for that one, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I didn't care for these. But then I went to this. Nope. That was for something different. This was for that watch that I did, the Carbonox watch. And it was very powerful. Lots of content to that there. So you can hear that. I did a few of those. I got the Hard Hat Day, which is a little bit more country than anything. And apologize if the audio is a little bit harder than my voice. If you need me to turn down the music, let me know. But these are examples. And then we'll flip over here. So then we got like the checkpoint pulse, which, as you can see, that's another intro right there. So, and then once again, I also made my own music, and it came from music. Basically, this is music. We'll pause this for a second. This is music that I created 10, 15 years ago. I was a part of and I still try to be a part of what's called FALM, February Album Writing Month. The challenge is to write 14 songs in 28 days. Simple as that. So I created a lot of these songs. So I had like this song right here, Another Simple Day, that in the last video, I created that and showed you what you need to do. You can check that video out.
Drop my head, nothing to say. I wish tomorrow was another day. Another simple day.
You get the idea of that. So we created songs like that. We already got a text from Mind's Eye Productions saying, I find it interesting you can use a single abstract word and the style field, and Suno will interpret that word in the style of music. For example, potato chip. Yeah, absolutely. So if I went over here and I wrote in potato, there we go, chip. I just like that. And we could choose it as an instrumental. If we don't, we of course it'll have lyrics that'll pop up, and we can let's do it as an instrumental first, and we'll hit create. Just to give you an idea of how this works. And then up on top, once it starts creating it, we're going to start seeing a couple options, which we can listen in real time. So we're doing this with an instrumental. We're going to uncheck instrumental, and we're going to create another, and that's just going to randomly create lyrics for us. So we got Salt on My Fingers and One More Chip. So let's start hearing Salt on My Fingers here. This is one version. To get the idea, when we just made a really nice poppy type song. Maybe I'm going to be talking about potato chips. I'm going to review 10 different potato chips. I could probably use this music in the background for the intro, or this maybe I need something that's going to be while I talk and show off the potato chips. We got this right here. Now let's just say I want to put lyrics to it. As simple as that. So that's where One More Chip comes in. We got this first one. I don't know what the lyrics are either.
Salty grin. I said, one bite, you said, come in. Now the bag is crumbling. Hear that crack? One more. I reach back, then I want 4 potato chips.
love that potato chip. Well, thank you. Thank you, Mindside, for coming up. Here's the other option. It's going to be the same lyrics. It's just going to be slightly different.
You on the counter, plain and thin. Golden edge with a salty grin. I said one bite, you said come in. Now the bag is crumbling. Hear that crack? One more, one more. I reach back, then I want for potato chip, potato chip. One more chip, lose my grip.
Use my grip.
Potato chip, potato chip. Soft on my fingers. Can't quit, can't quit.
All right, so you get the idea. So it's as simple as that to create a song, and sometimes it's fun. Sometimes you got some dedicated, thoughtful lyrics, like I did. I wrote a lot of lyrics back in 2010s, and I've kind of gone away from that. I want to get back into it, and that's where this inspiration is really going to come in when it comes to using Suno. But bringing in my voice is going to be a real key right here. So up on the top here, I'll show you. Let's go over here. Doo-doo. Up on the top, we have our three options. We can bring in audio. We got the voice for personas, and we've got inspiration. So if we choose inspiration, that does bring us down here to an inspiration area. It's like some of the stuff that I've already worked on, liked songs, anything like that is going to be in that I can create playlists from and then use it that way. So I like that idea. I also like the audio option. We do that. We can upload some audio and then use that for these songs. So, but today we're going to focus on this one right here. This is voice right in the middle. And this is gonna, let's just do that. We're just gonna, says basically personas are now voices. Record and upload your voice and use it to create anything. Now let's do a little bit of disclaimer in right before we do this. This is for your voices or any voices that you have permission to use. Don't put somebody's voice in and start making songs with them, and maybe out of parody or something like that. But AI can be a really fickle thing. And of course, if you start putting in somebody else's copyrighted voice, if somebody's copyrighted music or anything like that, that can change your experience when it comes to Suno.ai. Don't do it. The bottom line. So, but here we go. We've got the voice option. I'm going to flip over here. We're going to choose this voice option because we're going to get started. And it says create a voice. And we've got my voices and we got favorites. And yeah, there we go. So are we doing my voice from or an untitled persona, or are we going to create a new voice, or we got favorites right here? No favorites set up. So let's go ahead and do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to record a voice, and then we're going to do a simple song and see what happens there. So I hit that, and there we go. I hit that. And now it says add your voice to the mix. You can record, you can upload audio, or you can select from the library. We're going to hit the record button. Now it's going to say click to start recording, and it says sing something simple in your natural voice. So in this case, I've got to figure out a song that, is not copyright, but you could probably sing something like that because you're not going to be, this is just basically the voice print that it's using. So if you're not sure what to sing something that's three blind mice, something like that. And then put that into the system. You can change that as you go. Of course, the songs that you've already created will be with that print, but you can create a new print down the road and be able to put that in and use that whenever you want to. So what we're going to do, and I didn't hook up a microphone to this, so I'm just going to use the mic from the laptop, and then I'm just going to hit start to record. And what should I sing? I should sing maybe just something random and just do the whole range of my voice, because I have a very prolific range. I can hit some low notes, I can hit some high notes. So maybe I'll go do re mi fa sol la ti do like that and see how that goes. So let's do that. I'll hit this button. And then it's asking me, yeah, do I want that? Yes, I want to use that. We'll do that. Maybe I could. No, they'll just use that. And we'll say allow this time. I always like to say aloud this time. It's perfect song. Do re mi fa sol la ti do 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 re mi fa sol la ti do. It was pretty random, and we're going to cut out this opening part because I missed on where to hit. So we got about 28 seconds worth of my voice print right here. And I can listen to it. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And of course, it's coming from a laptop microphone, so that's what it's going to sound like. I can re-record that later through this microphone and get a good voice print. But we'll use this voice just so you can see what it is. And it's saying, hey, we now need to verify. So we say, melodies dance softly through the quiet night air. And that's probably going to fail because I was talking as we started that. And we've gotten tripped up on this before, verifying your voice. And hopefully that will not be the case here, but it's going to take a minute to process. And then, of course, it's going to fail because most likely it's not going to hear. Oh, wait, no, it did work. Perfect. So how would you describe your singing? I sing in, we'll just say advanced, but I'm guessing that if it's a beginner voice, it's going to do some work to it to try and make it sound a little bit better. So we've had it as, let's go JMP, my voice, June 28th. That's when we're recording this video. Styles, tags, if we want to put that in, and a description, main voice. Now, let's say you're creating a blues song. A blues singer might sing a little bit differently than a ska singer, than a metal singer. If you do screamo roar type stuff, then you want to create the profile. But if you're doing something like Mary Had a Little Lamb or the do re mi fa sol la ti do, you don't want do re mi fa sol. You don't want that voice. You want do re mi, or maybe you do want that voice, but you want to create a sound profile to whatever voice you want to hear from there. So let's say you're doing songs like Journey that sound like Journey, but they're not. Then you want to have the high singing there. But let's say you're doing something low, like, I don't know, once there was this girl, you know, that, or you have a low voice, Elvira, things like that. That will allow Suno to make the changes and do it in however it likes. I did a very general voice, so I wanted to make sure that I got my low range to a high range. So when it does do the singing, it will be able to capture a lot of things. But of course, some of the other songs that I'll do, I'll probably create a new voice print for as I go. But anyway, there we go. We have our voice print. I'm going to say main voice, and I'm going to say save. And now my voice is here. We're over here. We could sing about potato chips. So let's do that. We're going to take out the instrumental. But I got no dip. And then, yeah, that's a song description. Potato chip, but I got no dip. And I could put in lyrics if I wanted to. And we can look at our saved lyrics. So if we have anything that we started, we can go through here. So, which, a lot of musicians used to have scrapbooks, little diaries that they'd put lyrics into, so they'd use it for another song. So we're just going to leave that there. We're going to say potato chip, but I got no dip. And We're just going to hit create. Let's see what happens. It's got my voice. My voice is going to be used. So let's go ahead and hit create there. We got 2 new potato chip songs. And while we're waiting for this, let's hear this one. Oh, wait, no, so that's going to be ready. There we go. So here's the first potato chip using my voice. That's very 8-bit right there. And it used the do-do. I don't hear my voice at all in here. There we go. So now for this next one, let's go ahead and write some lyrics, some very standard lyrics. I could generate lyrics and say, hey, write the full song. I'll go potato chip, but I got no dip. There we go. Write lyrics. We'll keep it simple because this is going to be something that I don't normally use. There we go. Crack the bag in the car, set salt on my fingertips. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and close that. And I thought that brought those lyrics over, but it did not. Go back here. There we go. Select this option. There we go. Now we have lyrics. Forgot the button. So now we got lyrics. We got style. We could put in a different type of style if we wanted to. Let's go. Let's see. Musical. Let's go musical. Male and female singers. Let's see what happens there. We'll hit create. And I got the pro version, by the way. So there's three. You have the regular, you have the pro, and then you have the premier. You can create a lot of Suno stuff with just the free tier. And once again, if you go over to geekazine.com/Suno, that will get you some credits so you can start your journey. Of course, that helps me, and I appreciate that very much. So that's over at geekazine.com/Suno. All right, here's the first one, the musical male and female singers. Let's see what happens.
Crack the bag in the car, salt on my fingertips.
Does that sound like me?
Reach first, then I take the lonely chip. Crunch too loud in the room. Got that look from across the couch. You got salsa, you got ranch. Still I'm standing here without. I'm staring at the bowl.
All right, maybe it's the fact that I said male and female singers. Let's just take that out of here. But we'll hear the second one here.
Crack the bag in the car, salt on my fingertips. Everybody reach.
It's a pretty good song. Pretty good song. But I want to get, whoops. I want to get my voice in here. So it's supposed to be doing my voice. There I am.
Crack the bag in the car, salt on my fingertips. Everybody reach first, then I take the lonely chip. Crunch too loud in the room, got that look from across the couch. You got salsa.
Oh yeah, you do have more options, and we're not getting into that part. But this is supposed to be my voice, and I'm listening to this. It's got a little bit of my voice in there, but not to the point where I think it's my voice. Let's try this one.
Crack the bag in the car, salt on my fingertip. Everybody reach first, then I take the lonely chip. Crunch too loud in the room, got that look from
Okay.
across the
So it does
couch.
kind of sound
You
like
got
me,
salsa.
but not to the point where I want it like that. So very interesting on that. Um, and let me just check a couple things here. Okay. So we've got that, but now I want to bring in a song, and this is a song I wrote. Geez, I don't know, 2016, I think it was. And let's pull it up here so you can hear it. This is called "Story of Our Lives," or is it music? No, it was "Music Soulmates." That's what I wanted to do.
Song one for FOM, it's called Music Soulmates.
It's gonna be bad. I'm just gonna tell you, it's gonna be bad. But that's the song right now. It's very Americana.
Man of modest means. My guitar is all I need. Laying out every night. Town to town, side to side.
And this is going to be exactly what we talked about last time. And that's basically, you're going to have a couple different parts to it. The first one is you're going to upload the song. It's going to then transcribe. So it's going to make mistakes. So have your lyrics close by to make the changes. And, for some songs, like there was one song that I uploaded and I realized it's really not 2026 appropriate. It was 2009 appropriate. So I made a couple changes to the lyric to kind of work for today's type of music. So we've got this. Music Soulmates is the one I'm going to do here. So I'm going to bring this in, and I'm wondering if I can use my voice. So I'm going to go over here, and we're going to bring in audio, and I'm going to upload. And I don't want you to see what's in. Yeah, it's not going to be in there. Let's get in the right folder. There we go. There we go. So I got a few versions here. We've got Music Soulmates in M4A because I started in GarageBand or Logic Pro. I can't remember which one. And I'm going to bring this in this way. So it's going to be, it's uploading the clip and says, how do you want to identify this content? And we're going to say, this is the full song. We got voice and we got rhythm percussion. And we've got, yeah, I think it's not a stem. It's not an instrument stem. So I think that's what we have to do. Full song with the voice. Let's hit continue. Describe my audio, folk rock with a bright acoustic driven arrangement. Acoustic guitar plays steady eighth note strumming pattern throughout a clean electric. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's zoom that in for you. That's what it says. The bass guitar allows root notes, and acoustic guitar with simple supportive rhythm. Drums feature a standard backbeat. Male vocals are delivered in a clear mid-range tenor with a conversational tone. And we're going to add in and harmonies throughout the song. There we go. Tempo is about 115 in the key of G major. So that looks about right. So we're going to go ahead and hit continue. And we're going to overwrite the styles. So now, there we go. So now we have lyrics in here that are down here. This is the original song. This is my voice. And of course, my voice is also going to be on here. So I'm hoping that it's going to come up with something a little bit closer. And of course, this is a cover. We're going to leave that like that. We've got the lyrics, and I want to make sure that these lyrics are right. So let's see. Can we expand this a little bit? There is no way to expand it except through here. There we go. Perfect. So I have my lyrics right here in a text file. And I'm a man of modest means. My guitar is all I need. Playing out every night, town to town, site to site. That said side to site, so I got to fix that. So site to site. Met a man in Middletown. This is a story song basically. Met a man in Middletown, played the harp, and we ripped it down. We just jammed all through the night. Fell asleep before the light. Yeah, okay. Chorus is okay. Yeah, it says chorus with a full band. It says music soulmates. I've had my share. Find them anytime, anywhere. Should be one word, right? Yeah. And then a musical break. There we go. We'll go back in here. Bring that back up. In Roxbury, there was this girl. Hit every note I could hit every. So I got to make that change. Could hit every note I hurled. Harmonized as I strummed the chords. When the song was done, she was no more. But I'm going to change that lyric. Headed out the door. And it gives me a chance to update lyrics or anything like that. So let's see, we'll do this so you can see that. Maybe this. There we go. There we go. Another woman on the coast sang the blues. Her voice like a ghost. Let's change that. Her voice like a ghost. It's still weird, but it's a little less weird. Soulful lyrics and harmonies made my guitar cry powerfully. Okay. Music soulmates, I had my share, found them anytime, anywhere. And then the next verse, there's a drummer in Germantown, joined a bassist in Roundabout, and hung out with a pan flutist, making the most heavenly music. Okay, that worked. And then finally, it's all the things that I can. It's all that I can be. Okay, it's all that I can do. There we go. And I could probably just do this. We'll just we'll copy that. Copy. And we'll paste it in here. There we go. Did this just put that in there? And then the outro. Yeah, the outro is, I like that. It kind of added that there. So we're going to do that. And Mind's Eye goes, definitely used your environment to provided it with your voice. Absolutely. Absolutely. So now we've got this song that I wrote in 2016 ready to go. It looks good. So I'm going to shrink the lyrics here. We got the styles, which of course AI built from what it heard. We've got the more options. So let's say we want vocal generator. We can choose male or female. Weirdness. We got the style influence and the audio influence. So let's put it to strong for the audio influence, because I want to have that sound a lot like the song that I put together 10 years ago. And then we can save it to workspace, but we can say create. And now it's creating it. So we've already got a couple here. There we go. So let's hear this and hear how it sounds.
My guitar is all I need, playing out every night, town to town, side to side.
I like that. It's following the riff and my voice. There's some harmonies.
Played the harp, we ripped it down. We just jammed all through the night. Fell asleep before the lights. Music soulmates, I've had my share. Find them anytime, anywhere.
Now, what's interesting is, and I think it's because of the audio influence, I can kind of hear the other parts that I put in there, and they were just a little bit off, and I heard that in that last chorus.
Harmonized as I strummed the chords. When the song was done, she headed out the door. Another woman on the coast sang the blues, her voice like
Okay.
a ghost.
So we have the second one. Let's do the second. This must be my original. Let's just make sure. I'm
Song
pretty
one
sure.
for Fawn.
Yeah, that's my original. So this is the second one. Now, in this case, so it's sounding pretty much the same. Let's fast forward a little bit. Which we can't too much.
I'm a man of modest means.
Pretty similar.
Guitar is all I need. Playing out every night. Fell asleep before the light.
Okay.
Music soulmates, I've had my share. Find them anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, I might be using my music in the background, which is why it's got that extra bounce. Let's do this. Let's take the audio influence and bring that into more of a loose. Style influence, we're going to bring up a little bit, and weirdness, we're going to bring it down. So we got a little bit more of let AI do the work over what I've already done. And let's see what we got. And of course, we're still using my voice. So let's hit the create button. It should still use my voice no matter what, but now it's not going to rely too much on the song that I uploaded. It's still going to use the lyrics. It's still going to use all that other stuff in there, but it's going to be less of the audio influence. So let's hear what this sounds like. We're going to start with this one. So this is more of an electric, not acoustic folk.
I'm a man of modest means. My guitar
Sound more like John
is all
Denver.
I need. Playing out
Mind's Eye says sounds great. Thank you, Mind's Eye.
town to town, side to side. Met a man in Midtown.
I like this.
Played the harp, we ripped it down. We just
Get to the chorus and then we'll move to the next one.
jammed night. Fell asleep before the light. Music soulmates, I've had my share. Find them anytime, anywhere.
Okay, there we go. Let's hear that second one. Yeah, it's also doing a more electrified folk. And I can fix that by going up here and saying acoustic folk. It does say a lot of acoustic.
I'm a man of modest means. My guitar is all I need. Playing out every night, town to town, side to side.
Let's change this up. Let's go to let's do 1% audio influence. So, or actually, let's do 5. 5 sounds good. So 5% audio influence, style influence, we're going to bring back to about 50. There we go. Weirdness, we're going to shoot up to 65. Let's go all the way out. I'm kind of curious. Let's go about 85. There we go. Let's create this song. So hopefully it's not going to do something really weird, but maybe it'll add a sitar to it, or, something twangy. Yeah, just something different. That's for sure. The ability to do sound production with Suno is really incredible when you can use your own music. Absolutely, mind's eye. If you're using your own music, that I can then, and I talked about this last time, I can understand a different way that my music will work. And, instead of, usually I take it to my band and then we'd play it and we'd see if it worked from there. But if I give them something like this, they'll go, I love that. I love that. I might change that. And then we can work around it. And that's what I like with doing this. So you may never hear this version of the song except what we play right now, but maybe a month or two down the line, you're listening through my music channel or something like that, and you hear that song that I did, and it's like, wow. And I'll have a drummer, and I'll have an actual bassist, and I'll have an actual guitar player. So, all right, that did that. Let's go ahead and go back here, and let's see what happens with 86% weirdness. It's very electrified, that's for sure.
I'm a man of modest means. My guitar is all I need. Playing out every night, town to town, side to side. Met a man in Midtown, played the harp, we ripped it down. We just
All
jammed
right, it's still got to go through because it's still rendering. I don't want to get through the chorus.
before the lights. Music soulmates, I've had my share. Find them anytime, anywhere.
I like that a lot. That definitely represents the song that I created 10 years ago. And I'm really happy on how that sounds. Let's hear the other version. A little bit less reverb on this one. The electric guitars get a little bit more, I don't know, bendy, frilly, or something like that. Yeah, we could definitely put it in another genre like a rumba. We did that last time, and that was a lot of fun. But maybe towards the end we will work on that. But the real question, though, is that my voice? Let's see. We just jammed all through the night. Does that sound like me? Music soulmates, I've had my share. So that basically is through the 2. Let's bring it back in. Okay, there we go. So we got some pretty good versions on that. I don't know what it's going to sound like towards the end. They seem to be hitting about the 4. The original song is 419, and of course that's me saying song number 1 for fun. And they took that part out, which is great. So we got 414. This one's still rendering. 409 was that last one I played. I'm guessing this is going to be around 4. If it goes longer than 4, then I'm guessing that they're going to do some creative liberty to it. Let's see if we can zip. It's got like a little floor tom bouncy stuff to it. Oh, there's a part. Little triplets there. And then back to the verse. So, not too bad. Not too bad. I like how it came out with that. Now, yeah, we could definitely try like a rumba or something like that. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna say folk rock, change that to folk rumba. Oops. With bright acoustic. Let's see if I say rock anywhere else in there. And we're going to change the tempo to about 105. So we want to make it slower. And let's do it in the key of A minor. Let's see if it recognizes that and changes the key. Or A minor. Yeah, let's go A major. And let's see what happens. Let's hit create. It's going to come up with 2 new versions. I'm intrigued. There's weirdness for you, yes. All right, here's the first one. Let's give it a try. Doesn't sound slower. And it's definitely still got a rock beat to it. And yeah, we said audio influence down. Let's bring the weirdness here, back here. Style influence, let's bring it down to loose. So I have a feeling that's going to be the same thing. So let's create 2 new. It's using the same images, which is interesting. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm not getting a rumba out of this. It's okay. Something maybe for the future. I'm a man of modest means. My guitar is all I need. I definitely sound like John Denver. Right? Town to town, side to side. Oh, and it changed the lyrics side to side. Middletown, played the harp, we ripped it down. We just jammed all through the night. Fell asleep before the light. Music soulmates, I've had my share. Yeah. So if you don't understand what the song's about, it's actually about how musicians, let's turn this down a little bit, how musicians actually play with other musicians in different configurations, bands and jams and things like that. Like, for instance, I was in a jam session 2 weeks ago, and I played with a bass player that I played with back in 2006. So 20 years ago, we jammed, but we haven't played since. And now here it is, 2026, and we got to hang out and play together. And of course, he's played with the lead guitarist that was on stage, and the lead guitarist played with the drummer that was on stage. And this is the first time we all played together as this type of configuration. So that's what Music Soulmates are all about, is finding musicians that actually work with you, click with you, so you make beautiful music. All right. So we got that, and that works really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh this page to kind of get rid of all the stuff on the side here. And we're going to do something different. I'm going to do a different voice. I'm going to create a voice. No, yeah, I want it to be kind of weird. I don't know if I can do a Daffy Duck, but you can give that a try. So we're gonna do something that doesn't sound like it's a seasoned professional. We'll just say it that way. And I'm here for you with my heart in my head, and I don't know what I am gonna do. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where you choo 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 you there we go. That's enough. We'll hit done, and then we're going to say use this voice, and it's going to need to verify my voice. Harmony flows through a melody of joyful song. Verifying my voice. I didn't read that right, so it might reject from here, but we'll give it the second to say, hey, yes or no, no. No, 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 no. Maybe this audio you uploaded overrides the genre field. The genre field in Suno is very strong. Absolutely. Now, it says, how do you describe the singing? In this case, we're going to say beginner. Thanks. Got it. Now it's going to create the voice, and we're going to call this voice Beginner Bob. And we'll just say, I don't know, polka. Have fun with it. Hit save. Okay, now we have Beginner Bob. And we're going to start by just creating a simple prompt. Let's see. Let's go back to the potato chip, except we'll say pretzel stick. And see what we can do. Create that. All right, there we go. First pretzel stick one. Let's hear it.
You came and salted lean, twisted up so clean, crunch in a paper sleeve, a little trick in my sleeve. Hold up, wait. Don't you break. One more snap, I'm sold. Okay. Pretzel stick, break my mood so quick.
It doesn't sound too bad, and it definitely utilizes the voice. Let's hear the other one.
You came and salted lean, twisted up so clean, crunch in a paper sleeve,
little trick in my sleeve. Hold up, wait, don't you break. One more snap, I'm sold, okay. Pretzel stick, break my mood so quick. Pretzel stick, I keep coming back for this pretzel stick.
I love it. That's actually a really good song. All right, let's do this. Let's take that audio, and we can browse for the audio. So let's see. That would be the first Music Soulmates. Yep, that was the upload.
Song 1 for FOM. It's called Music Soulmates.
There we go. And we'll hit that. There's Music Soulmates. And can I edit out that? Nope. It's got the whole thing. And I'm not going to worry about the lyrics. I'll whatever they are. And let's hit create from here. And let's see what it does. All right, there we go. So we're going to hit this and see if there's a difference.
I'm a man of modest means.
You can hear me.
My guitar
You can hear
is
this.
all I need. Playing out every night, town to town, side to side.
I like that. That's very strong. So let's hear this one. See if we can get to a chorus.
I'm a man of modest. Met a man in mids, he just jammed all through the night.
Here we go.
Fell asleep before the lights. Music soulmates.
It sounds more like my voice. There's still a lot of processing involved in that because there's auto tune. There's yeah, it's putting voice or notes to certain parts. So it'll be interesting to see if there's a way to control that. And like I said, I did the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And I'm also using a straight up mic. I'm not using this microphone to input in there. So that might make a difference. Yeah, the more studio sound your voice is, the better it will work inside of Suno. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case no matter what. But I like this idea. It matches my voice as best as it can and works from there. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to try and get a couple other people's voices in here, and then we'll play, maybe down the road, we'll play with that and see what we can come up with. So, but that's basically the voices option inside of Suno. And once again, if you have a song that you recorded years ago, you put that in there and then you can get some new ideas coming out of Suno. I really liked how that worked. And I know that a couple of you have been watching. Mind's Eye has been commenting as well. But let me know in the comments if you like that. In the meantime, hey, if you need to get Suno yourself, support the channel over at geekazine.com/Suno, Suno, geekazine.com/Suno. That will take you there to the Suno page, and you'll be able to play with all these options. Got a lot of great stuff here with Suno, and I made a lot of songs, a lot of music with this for background music, for the YouTube channel, for podcasts, and of course my original songs rethought, reimagined in a new way. So I can then turn that, because I can take this song I could take this song, let's just do this one, and we could either remix it or we could go in here and we could say, where is it? Manage. Can generate cover art. We can, nope, it's, they moved, maybe it's in remix here. Or edit, that would make sense. Yeah, there we go, get stems. So I can hit this button, and from here, what it's doing is it's figuring out all the stems so I can take out the voice, and then I can use this for background music. And I'll show you how that works. This will take a minute to do, I think. We've got auto split, we've got split from mix, and we've got advanced split. What's advanced split? You got to be a Premiere to do that. Access to best and most personal 5.5 model, and lots of credits. So I'm going to stick with my Pro because that's another $24 a month. I can't afford that right now. So let's do auto split and hit the extract. Now it's extracting it, and then of course it's going to create stems. It'll most likely create a drum stem. It won't do like a bass drum, snare drum type thing, just drums in general, lead vocals, the backing vocals, the drums, the bass. There we go. The guitar, the keyboards, extra percussion, extra strings, synths. And so with this, I could say, let's say I take out the drums, I take out the bass, I take out all the other stuff, all these, the lead vocals, the background vocals, and have actual people sing those, record those, whatever. And then I can use these other stems to help with the song, the percussion, the strings, the brass, the woodwinds. So I'd have a full song. So this is going to take a few minutes. It will allow me to download it, and then I can throw it into a DAW, digital audio workstation, like Reaper is a good one. Of course, Audition. When you're talking about Adobe products, we have Logic Pro or GarageBand for that matter. You could put it in, and then be able to work it out. Take out a lyric. The bass player didn't show up for the gig. You can put the AI bass player in there. Different things like that. So, and it's almost done. Got backing vocals. Everything else seems to look. There we go. And let's open in Studio. Oh, that's a Premiere thing. I thought that was a Pro thing. My bad. And I can download the stems. Let's just hear this. I think I can take these out as I go. So, like the drums, take out the drums. Lead vocals will take out. Take out this guitar. I'm a man of modest means.
My guitar is all I need.
And then I can go to solo.
Playing out
And there's that
every
solo
night.
vocal.
Town to town, side to side, down. We just jammed all through the night. Fell asleep before the lights.
There's the backing track.
Mates, I've had my share.
Can't double solo it, unfortunately. So we can take that out. Anywhere. You get the idea. And now I can download this whole thing and make it into something that works for me, which I like this, so that's what I'm going to do. And we'll just kind of pause that out and we'll hit download. And I'm going to download them as waves. I can choose, and it gives me options. So I can choose it as an MP3, as a wave file. I'm going to do all wave files. Fixed tempo, follow tempo changes. So if you want something a little bit more, it's going to be on a click track or something like that, then you're good. But if you want to follow the tempo changes, you can do that. We're just going to download it from there. And then I'm going to save that somewhere. Let's see. Let's do that. New folder. Suno. Boop. Oh, I already have a We'll call that Suno 2606. There we go. And then we'll put the stems in there. And it's going to download. It'll probably take a few minutes to download. But that's the bottom line. That's how you can take a song of yours with your voice in there to be able to send it off into wherever and have it feel more like the song that you made. Excuse me. That's what I like about this. So, all right. I think that does it for what I wanted to show you guys. If you guys got any questions here, you can definitely feel free to contact me over at Geekazine. Geekazine.com, youtube.com/Geekazine, Geekazine.com/contact if you'd like to contact me. And then, of course, if you want to try out Suno, all you have to do is go to Geekazine.com/Suno. That'll help me, help you, help you, help me. And we got a lot more, but you can also check it out on Geekazine, youtube.com/Geekazine, where you can like, subscribe, the bell notification, so you know when the next video comes out. Until next time, thanks a lot for watching this live stream. I'm going to do a lot more live streaming in the months to come to really build out the channel. So if you've got friends that are wondering about Suno or other products that I'm going to be talking about in the coming days here, have them come on over to the channel and take a look at it. So until next time, once again, you guys geek out. Take care. My name is Jeffrey Powers. Let's end with this song right here.
Guitar is all I need, playing out every night, town to town, side to side. Met a man in Midtown, played the harp, we ripped it down, we just jammed all through the night. Fell asleep before the light. Music soulmates, I've had my share. Find them anytime, anywhere. Roxbury, there was this girl, hit every note I hurled, harmonized as I strummed the chords. When the song was done, she was no more. Another woman on the coast sang the blues like she was a ghost. Soulful lyrics and harmonies made my guitar cry powerfully. Music soulmates, I've had my share. Find them anytime, anywhere. There's a drummer in Germantown, joined a bassist in roundabouts, and hung out with a pan flutist, making the most heavenly music. It's all that I can be, watching others share their dreams of how they've played with me. Music soulmates, I've had my share. Find them anytime, anywhere. I'm a man of modest means. My guitar is all I need, playing out every night, town to town, side to side.